Live. Sorry for being late, Kuma. Sorry for being late. I'm just still setting up. Today, I am in a quite the unhinged mood. As you can see, let me just send. Sorry for being late on my Discord server. Right. I'm waiting. There is something I want to sing today. There is something I want to sing today first. Right. There is something I want to... Oh, I can hear myself. There is something I want to sing today. There is something I want to sing today first. Eureka, shut up! Shut up, Eureka! Okay, I close it. Okay, I'm live. I'm live on YouTube too. That's good. That is really good, Kuma. Just let me do this, by the way. Sorry. No music yet. No music yet, you know. No music. What I wanted to do though, let me double check. I don't know why, of all things now, Discord disable, like back then when I was going live, the Twitch, streaming modes was enabling automatically. And now for some reason, it doesn't do it. I guess I could just do this, you know, but doing it manually is annoying. Anyway, am I live? I think I'm live. I think I'm live, Kuma, right? Just, I have to, okay, I guess I will put my, where's my playlist? Here. My usual playlist for now, because I am doing stuff. Another Eureka stream, another Switch 2 ad. Now you can see people face. Alright, Switch 2 release today. Oh my god. So many people are going to get scammed today. They're going to get scammed. When I woke up and I went on YouTube, I saw, who was it? Like the orange hair, like I'm following the, I think she's a panda. She's a panda, right? Or she has a panda pajama. But the one from Nijisanji, I forgot her name, but I follow her on YouTube. And so when I opened my YouTube, my YouTube app, that's the word, my YouTube app, that's the first thing I saw. She was streaming the Switch 2, you know, Switch 2 release. And she was on the page where she was trying to pick an avatar. Okay, anyway, let me see. There is a lot of stuff that I have to tell today, but as you can see, I'm feeling quite a bit unhinged. I'd like a bit, I mean, at least, Kuma, I want to make my tweets. Just let me make my tweets. By the way, I hope you're doing fine, Borisu. I hope you're doing fine. I am doing quite fine, nonetheless, you know. I slept well, but I'm feeling unhinged, you know. I think of all the days I've streamed until now, it's the most unhinged I've been. Let me wait. Where is it? There is so many stuff you have to do when you're in Hindi. That is crazy, Kuma. Where is it? Where is it? I want to copy it. Where is it? I want to tweet. The sock seems to have fused with my feet. What? What do you mean? Isn't that winter in Chile right now? Winter. It shouldn't be hot, right? It shouldn't be hot. If your socks fuse with your feet, it means that you have sweaty feet, Borisu. So your feet are stinky. You should wash them, Borisu, right now. Remove your sock and go wash them. Stinky feet. I don't like stinky feet. Okay, where's my tweet? Where is my tweet so I can copy it? Okay, here. Eureka stream. So first, it is so annoying, by the way. Winter is forever. I guess I agree. I mean, no, I don't agree. Have you seen global warming right now? I don't agree at all. Winter is not forever. By the way, let me pin this. I wanted to pin this message. Forever. I am unstoppable and undeniable, Kuma. Why can't you see the chat? Alright, I have to... like this. Now we are here. We can see everyone. Everyone is here, Kuma. So first, this is... I can do better, for sure. For sure. Okay, I copied it. Then post on Twitter. Like, even though I don't have a lot of follows on Twitter, I still care about sharing my tweets, you know? I still care about sharing my tweets. Alright, like this, like that. And I need... Why did I close my YouTube link, by the way? Because I need to copy it again. I need to copy it again, Kuma. I need to copy it again. We're getting close to summer in here anyway. And it's starting to get really hot, Kuma. Really hot. I hate when it's hot. My mother told me... Oh... Did I got another subscriber again? So my mother told me that this summer was going to be hot. And I was like, Mom, don't tell me that. You're always bringing the bad news. Don't do it. Okay, anyway. Anyway, I got my YouTube tweet. I apologize again, but I want to tweet. Then you're going to get the Eureka reveal, I guess? I guess, or I don't guess. I don't know. Where's my thumbnail? Someone told me today I was bad at VTubing. Can you believe that? I love to trigger people. I love it so fucking much, you know. Like, I love it. I love to annoy people so fucking much. I love it, you know. Like, when someone goes out of their way to tell you that you're bad at something, but without even, like, showing any type of criticism, you know. Because there is something that I like, is feedback with criticism, but constructive criticism. I love when people tell me, oh, Eureka, you could try to do this. You could try to do that. Maybe you could do this. Maybe if you do it that way, you will show more of your charisma, you know? Like, I like it. But you know the people that just say, you suck, you know? Pretty much. No other precision or anything. They just tell that. They're just telling that. Anyway, I put my thing here. Put my thing here. Okay. My browser. Okay. Breaking the wall. Breaking the wall. That's going to be the topic today of today's stream. That's going to be the topic of today's stream for sure. For sure, Kuma. You are not ready for it. I mean, for what I'm going to do in the future. Hello there. Hello, Moshi Morningstar. Welcome to the stream. I believe you're a first-time chatter, I think, because I don't recognize you, but welcome, welcome. I apologize because I'm still finishing setting up some stuff, you know, as you can see, but I'll be here right quick. But welcome, yokoso. Glad to see you there. Okay, I'm posting. I'm posting my link, and I just wanted to share it right here. There is someone who joined my Discord yesterday because they heard of my karaoke, you know, because I was singing Otaku no video, you know, Tatakai Otaking, a song that I fucking love, and they joined, you know. Indeed, I am a new guy, no problem. I am a man of patience. Okay, that's cool. I mean, yes, I think patience is a good quality to have. It's a quality that I miss sometimes, you know. Eureka can be quite impatient at times, you know. So I'm trying to work on that, I guess. Alright, my link here. I share it. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Also, yes, I should get a new computer eventually, for sure. So I can close this. I guess I can keep that just in case. Alright, I think I'm ready. Alright, I want to pin it. I want to pin it. Oh, Summer Game Fest is in 2 days, right? No, 1 day. Is it tomorrow? Or is it Sunday? No, I mean Saturday. When is it? When is it again? Okay. Here. Pin. Alright. And wait. There was that guy who started doing 360s on the long jump on the Olympics, achieving way longer jump. You could say he broke long jump. I'm sure this guy, I'm gonna tell you, Boris. Let me just spin it. Let me just spin it. I have a lot of things to say today. I have a lot of things to say today, guys, you know. will be really funny if like new people appear here today, because I'm at my most unhinged right now. Okay, I pinned it. Okay, anyway, I closed it. I think I did everything I could to set it up. I mean, I was just sharing my tweets anyway. So wait. I'm here with my hammer. Wait, I'm here. Welcome. Yokoso, Kuma. Yokoso. I'm here. I kinda wanna stop my playlist for a little bit because I'm not sure about using music yet. So welcome everyone, and welcome if that's your first time coming here, because as you can see, Eureka is quite the peculiar person. So Boris, you were talking about the Olympics, right? You were talking about the Olympics. So you know the guy who did the 360. I don't remember. I haven't seen the long jump. Like during the Olympics, my mother watched a lot of the Olympics because my mother really loved the Olympics for some reason. You know, she loves swimming. She loves fencing, judo. She loves running, so athletics. She loves a lot of stuff, all things considered. What's to be expected? I mean, just wait. By the way, welcome Ladney, welcome Pi, welcome Moshi Morningstar. My man used jumping potion. I can jump, yes. I can jump like this quite easily. You know, I have a lot of things I can have. But as you can see here, like look at my hands, not my hammer. Stay close, here, my hands, here, right here. Look at the color. Look at the color, Kuma, of my tubes. It's red. It is blood. It is blood. I'm in a bloody mood, you know. A ton of blood. So anyway, Borisu, to go back to what you were saying regarding the, you know what? I feel like I will leave music, you know. Feels a bit weird to have no sound. But regarding what you said regarding the guy who jumped, I am sure when he was training for it, you know, when he realized, okay, I think I'm pretty good at this, I want to become a jumper, you know. Is that how is it called? A jumper? Like, is that the word? I mean, anyway, like he wanted to do that. And I'm sure he started training for it, and you can be sure they were guys or girls out here that were telling them, hey, you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. Because jumping is so niche. It is niche, and there is a lot of competition. You're not gonna make it, for sure. You're not good at it. And even if you make it, you're not gonna earn money from it. Because like Olympic sports, for the most part, it's not football, it's not basketball, it's not, what would be another sport where you get a lot of money? Golf, for example, golf, tennis. Even to tennis, it's mostly for the top, you know, for the top player, like top 100. But you know what I mean? People told him, you're not gonna make it. But he still did it, you know. He still did it. You know a person from the Olympics that I really respect, you know. I know she got a lot of people laughed at her on the internet with memes and stuff. It is indeed really was really funny. But I really like the break dancer, you know the famous one. I forgot her name. That she did like break dance, and that was really atypical, you know. That was really atypical, to say the least, you know. Like really, you weren't expecting that. Especially people like in mind, they have a certain image of what breakdance is, and when they saw her, they were like, what is this clown doing here? She's a clown. What the fuck? What is that? Is that the Olympics, you know? She still did it. She still went out here and did her thing. And to me, just for that, I respect her, you know? I respect her. She may be not the best at her craft, of course, but she still went to the Olympics. She got on the television, like everyone could see her. I think it's great. It is great. In this world, money is everything. I think I would agree with you in the sense that in order to survive, you need money. But where I don't totally agree is that even though money is a thing, I believe that there is more than that, you know. It's especially like a thing that I have in mind with rich people. A thing that I never understood with rich people, and by the way, I would hit rich people with my big ass hammer, but the thing that I don't understand with rich people is that, okay, you're rich. Let's say, for example, you became a millionaire, you know, a millionaire or a billionaire. You already have enough money to live comfortably your entire life. You made it, you know. You're a millionaire, you're a billionaire, you're a multimillionaire, you made it. But rich people, they always want... they always want to make more. They always want to make more. People were imitating her moves everywhere. Yes, exactly. Exactly, she became an icon, or an infamous icon. Everyone remembers her, I remember her. And when I think about the Olympics, one of the moments I think about is the breakdancing part, you know? The women said, all right, bet. Yes, exactly. But yes, what I mean, like I was talking about rich people, right? I was talking about rich people, yes. I don't understand why rich people want to keep getting richer and richer and richer and richer and richer, and it's always by doing the most soulless thing ever, you know. Capitalism, pretty much. In my case, if I was a millionaire or a multimillionaire or a billionaire, you name it, whatever, if I was one of those things, I would use my money to fund passion projects, you know. Like, I wouldn't try to be a corporate soulless and then starting to invest my money left and right in random societies and then trying to keep as many money as I can. Like, I think it's boring. Wait, there is breakdancing in the Olympics. Can we see it? Oh, it's a shame. I can't show it, Ladni. I can't show you. Otherwise, I would have shown you right now. But I know that the Olympics committee is really annoying with clips, you know. Like, of all the things you could use to get the MCA, showing Olympics clips is the worst. It is the worst. I remember when people were sharing them on the internet, like on Twitter or on Reddit, you know, social media, they were always like struck down, you know. But yes, there is like breakdancing on the Olympics. There is breakdancing on the Olympics, and I think that was the first time they introduced it for the Paris Olympics. I believe that it won't appear in the Californian Olympics. Is it in Los Angeles? Is it in LA? Let me check. I know it's in America, but... So, Olympics. 2028. 2028, and it's in... Let me see. Yes, Los Angeles. I was right. Los Angeles, USA. So they didn't pick breakdancing again. But it could happen in the future, because I think how it works with the Olympics, there is specific slots where you can pick a certain type of sports, especially if it's a national sport that is a bit more niche, if that makes sense. For example, for Paris, they picked breakdancing, they picked surf too, they picked surfing, and they picked, I don't know what was the third one. I think they picked BMX, you know. They picked BMX, right. I think BMX was a pick that wasn't here before in the Olympics. Kuma. Anyway, I want to sing. Let me try something. I felt like singing first. I'm really bad at this song, though. I am really bad at this song, you know. Of all the songs I could sing, I am really bad at this song. But let me try it out. I will try. It will be a disaster. But I want to sing before talking about breaking the VTuber scene. What does it mean? You know, what does it mean? That's a big question. Anyway, first, my water here. I am thirsty. So where is my video? I guess right here. Elon Wolf is a rich guy that is kind of burning his money following an idea. I think Elon does not suck. Like Borisu, it's funny. Borisu, like, it feels like you're doing it on purpose. Like, it feels like you want to awake on me, like, the trash talking. There was a time people forget about it. There was a time on the internet, and it was pre-pandemic. There was a time where people were praising Elon Musk. Elon Musk had a cult of personality. I'm sure you were included. You, like maybe some of you in the chat. I see you. I'm sure, like he had a cult of personality because Elon Musk was seen as this guy that thought about the future. He wanted to push the boundaries. He wanted to go to space. He wanted to make electric cars. He was pretty much a guy thinking about the future. He was rich, but he was based because he was talking about anime. He was posting anime on Twitter. He was posting about Konosuba, posting about Aqua, and all the Zoomers, like all the teenagers were like, wow, Elon, he's one of ours. Look at that. He has Aqua as a waifu. That's so fucking nice. People were like sucking his cock. Oh my god. They were sucking on their, like on his balls. Like I've never seen that. Like in my case, I always consider that Elon was, at best, back then, neutral, He's just a rich guy. That's it. You don't have to give him a cult of personality. They did it for Elon Musk. They did it for Mr. Beast. They did it for, like, all of those rich guys. And then, later, look at my hammer. Like, it feels like it gets even angrier when I speak a lot. But then, what happened? Pandemic. And then they started to talk about all of their political opinions. Like Elon Musk first started saying that, okay, I believe in the far right. He started making a Nazi sign, even though it's not a Nazi sign, Like I think like people were like, oh my god, he did a Nazi sign, but like, bro, come on. But anyway, they started talking about their politics and stuff, and then all those people were like, what the fuck? Elon Musk is a Nazi, is the second coming of Hitler. What is happening? People, they're always in the extreme. There is no, like always there is no middle ground. It's either you're the second coming of Christ. So pre-2020, Elon Musk is the goat of the internet. He's rich. He wants to go to space, and he has Aqua as a waifu. And he smoke weeds on radio. He smoke weed. He's one of us, He's a bro, And then post 2020, he buys out Twitter. He starts to make stuff on Twitter, like updates that makes the app shitty. Have you been using Twitter these days? Have you been using Twitters? By shitty, like I'm really talking about the app and even the website. It's broken. It is broken. Like my DMs are broken. Recently, that to yesterday, my notifications are broken. We're broken. Everything is broken. Like I don't care about like what people are saying on Twitter. To me, freedom of speech is a good thing, like freedom of speech. Like whether you're from the right or from the left, I don't care, just don't be a bitch. But the app, oh my god, it is outrageous. But I don't like Elon. I don't, Kuma. The guy, people were telling that the guy was like this, like a high-level engineer that was like an astrophysicist, like pretty much a genius. Like some people were thinking it was Einstein, pretty much, Einstein. But it's just a guy that had a business. Like, I think his father has mines in Africa or something like that. You know, he has mines, so he has a shit ton of money, and he used this money to buy PayPal. He used this money to buy Twitter. He used this money to fund SpaceX and all of those things. Borisy. Okay. What? Not Elon. Aaron. Who's Aaron? Who's Aaron? I know about Aaron, the Pokemon. I know about that, but yes. Oh my god, I got so triggered. Anyway, the song. Like, I trained it a little bit. I'm so bad at this song. It's one of my favorite songs, but it's so hard to sing. It is so hard to sing, you know. It is so hard to sing. Wait, you can sing? I can't. Yes, if I told you that I can sing, and I like to sing, but I'm not good at singing. If I started, like, you know, I like to brag about my qualities and stuff, but if I started to tell people that I'm good at singing, it would be really disrespectful, you know, to real singers. But who's Ellen Wolf? What are you hitting with that hammer? I'm hitting, like, the world. Well, anyway, let me see if I can do it. Oh my god, it will be a disaster. Let me see if I can do it. So I just wanted to real quick calibrate myself a little bit. Okay, let's try out. First time I'm singing this song live on stream, I guess. I will try. Again, like, your ears, guys. I apologize in advance for your ears. I will try. Let's go. Here goes nothing. 聞こえそうなことが恥ずかしいよ。どうして私らしくはないよ。今日が終わっても明日が過ぎてもいつもそばにいてずっと素直に変わらぬ二人信じたいあなたと会ったあの日からどんな時にでもすべてを感じられる気がするただあなたがいるだけでそばいるだけで Forever You're my only feeling hurts That is such a hard song to sing. Oh my god. I did so bad, Kuma. That is such a hard song to sing. You know. Like, I don't have the voice for it. I love this song so fucking much, by the way. It's from ToS, you know. One of my favorite Bishoujo games ever. But this song, to me, this song, to me, is really a female song, you know. Like, if that's, like, I don't know how to say it without sounding offensive, but I don't care, you know, because obviously Eureka Wainwright is a girl, but, I mean, you can hear my voice, obviously, you know, like, I don't have the voice for it. To me, this type of songs, you know, Bishoujo songs, it really feels it's better to sing for women, yes, but I like this song. Also, I really like, I think I was better at singing Tatakai Otaking. I could do it real quick. This one too, since I sang it yesterday. Let me see, Kuma. Because I know most of the lyrics, by the way. I know most of the lyrics, but I like to have the lyrics in front of me just in case, you know. Let me see. Did you like it though? I think this one was mid for me. I mean, the song, I love the song, but that world, does that include the words balls? I mean, when I closed my door today, my key fell down, you know. I have the key of my door here. But the key is a key of many things, Boris. Can you hear that? Did you hear that? That's my key. This is the key of your chastity cage, Kuma. I got the key of your chastity cage, Kuma, pretty much. This is the key. I got it. I have it. I don't understand lyrics, but I am vibing. Yes, it's in Japanese. It's in Japanese, Kuma. Okay, next one. I mean, I won't do a karaoke stream today, but I just wanted to sing a bit. Okay. Let's just see the volume. Maybe a little less like this. Okay. Let's go. Let's see if I can do it in one try. 果てなき荒野一人ひた走る者 まだ見ぬ世界遥か希望抱いて 信じる者はただ光る情熱 熱く燃えたぎるぜ 誰にもポエまれない心のビート いつの日か巡り合う愛の真実 この世界の何もかも俺のもの 友情で結ばれた熱い絆よ 邪魔はさせない 我が道行くぜ 戦え戦え戦え戦え戦え戦え戦え Tatakae Ota King. Damn, this one is cool. I love this one. I think this one they like. I'm pretty sure they wrote it. By the way, they wrote this song specially for Otaku no video, you know, as with many opening song, they wrote it for the anime. So Otaku no video is pretty much, it's one of the early Gainax production, you know. And Gainax studio, I mean, it's quite notorious that they're full of otakus, you know. They're made for otakus. It's pretty much a studio founded by Hideaki Anno of Evangelion fame. And Evangelion, by the way, released way later than that, you know. Like, before Evangelion, you had Gunbuster, my beloved. You have Otaku no Video. You had Nadia, amongst other, you know. And yes, they're all otakus. And the way the song is written, it's so easy to sing to me. To me, this song is way easier to sing than the previous one I sang, so Feeling Hurt from To Hurt. Because this one, they really wrote it in a way that it's easy to sing in a karaoke, and it's easy to sing for otaku. It's pretty much the otaku national anthem, you know? Pretty much. Okay. Oof. I mean, I don't want it to do a karaoke today, but yes. Anyway, let's go back on topic. Let's go back on topic, Kuma. Let's go back on topic. Oh, Neko Arc. That's a Neko Arc song. I don't like Neko Arc. I don't. Anyway, the topic of today as I said, is here, right here. Where's my... This thing. Breaking the VTuber scene. What does it mean? So it was really interesting because I started doing shorts again this week. I started doing shorts and pretty much I think I did 2 shorts, yes. I did 2 shorts. I wanted to do a third one today, but since I was setting up my stream, I didn't have the time. Like, I could release it later. But as I said, I want to break the VTuber scene. And I shared a short with pretty much I was conveying my feelings about that. But I wasn't satisfied of this short because pretty much how I did it, like the short format, like I don't know what you think, guys. What do you think about shorts in general? Like, what do you think about YouTube shorts, TikTok shorts, or Instagram reels, or you name it, the short format videos? What do you think about it? Because to me, the problem with shorts, it's such a short format, it's so condensed. You have to put everything on it. Like, you have to cram everything on a 1 minute video. And I say 1 minute, usually it's less than that. Like, usually the sweet spot would be 30-35 seconds, like that. Like, it's not even 1 minute. And usually when you look at shorts, it's like really it's for zoomers, it's for ADHD zoomers, because everything is crammed. It's edited in a way that there is no blanks, Like, for example, if you make a short based on a stream or on a podcast, I think a podcast is actually a great example, because usually when there is a podcast with an interviewer and a speaker, so the guy who is interviewed, since it's like usually a lot of podcasts are like pretty much a casual conversation, kind of like casual conversation. And when you talk, sometimes like you take your time to think. Sometimes there are stops, when you try to deliver a message, because in real life you're not always like talking real quick like that without stopping anything and just saying stuff, trash talking non-stop with no breaks, like until the end. Like, you're not talking like that. I mean, I may be talking like that right now, but usually when you talk casually to people, there are breaks. But then in shorts, when they make shorts of those podcasts, it's really cut and paste together, and it's like insane. So pretty much what I did yesterday is like I shared a short. Like, maybe I could show you, because I don't really like the result it got, but I'm still glad I did it. But I know I want to remake it in the future. But I wanted to explain why I wanted to break the VTuber scene and why. What do I mean by that, And what I did at first, so I did a first recording, where pretty much I was just talking and giving my feels and stuff. And then I stopped it. I had like, for example, I had like a 1 minute video, so it was the good format. But the problem is that, since I was talking pretty much directly in one cut, and how can I say that? Yes, I was talking in one cut, and English, as you can see, isn't my first language. You had some clunk in it, in the sense like it wasn't smooth, because I know that for a short, usually you want it to be smooth, you want to talk from the beginning to the end, and if possible it should be smooth, because the time is so short, you don't want to lose time, if that makes sense. And because of that, what I did, I started doing other cuts, I started repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating what I wanted to say until I got the good cut. Because what I'm saying in the short, I think it's the better is to show it, Even though like I'm not a fan of this short, I'm glad I did it. And I could show the funny comment I got. I love that I got that. I like when a tutorial that is not worth more than 30 seconds is not a 10 minutes video. Yes, tutorials, I can see it, Borisu, but to me there is a sweet spot. Because it's true that the big problem we had with by the way, I didn't ask you, Latni, why do you share bread, like French bread? Is that because I have a French accent? Why did she share bread while I was singing? Like, the fire I can understand, because like I'm on fire, Kuma, but the bread? Why the bread? Well, anyway, the problem with tutorials on YouTube videos in general, like the medium long format, there is obviously sponsor. Like you put your sponsor, you put your ads. Sometimes you take your time to explain something that could be easy because you want to do an introduction, but as you said, Borisu, ideally you want it to be right on the point. Anyway. My fucking video. Where is my fucking video? Where is my fucking video? I mean, not the video where I fuck, but my fucking video, you know. Just say just in case. Pause, music, pause, music, pause. Can I show it like that? I guess I can, right? If I just have to go here, and I have to capture it. And why the 8? Why? Right here, right here, right here. なるほどね。なるほどね。I'm also doxing some of my subscriptions, as you can see. But anyway, this was the video. Let's see. Let's see. Oh my god. Like, you know what I done? Like, I can already preface this. That's actually something that Borisu told me yesterday. And I immediately agreed with him because damn, I'm losing my train of thoughts. All right, because it's a feeling I had, you know, that it feels like I'm reading a script, but that's not what it was, you know. Oh no, my reference. Why the bread? But I'm like, Latni, I am completely in an unhinged mood right now, you know. Like, I wouldn't get it, you know. Like, I am not focused. I feel like I'm in another world, but I'm not under drugs. I'm not under alcohol. I have a story, by the way. It's really funny. Like, I have a story. There was a time in high school, and I have many stories from my high school, uni years, but there was a time in high school, I woke up, and I went to my high school, and I went out with a chicken costume. I kid you not. Can I show you an example? Let me show you an example. This is a true story, you know, for real, I swear. Okay, not this one. It was a better one than that. I had a chicken costume, not this one. Not this one. I can't find it. Okay, more like this, but no, this one is more of a pajamas. Damn, the costume I wore. Okay, more like that, I guess. Almost like a fursuit, I guess, right? Where's the white one? Even this one, it was even better than that. I can't find it. I guess, but those one look cheap. They look cheap as fuck. So it wasn't this one, but it was a full-fledged chicken costume. A full-fledged, and you had fur here. The fur, you could really see it. And it was actually a costume that I rented before. So I woke up, and okay, music, because it feels weird without the music. So I woke up and I was like, okay, I'm going to wear that, go outside from my home, my apartment. Like, I went outside. I think my mother saw me and she was like, what is he doing? But she let me leave because if there is one person that knows me quite well and how whimsical I can be, it is my mother. So well, I went outside and I did, like, all the way from my home to my high school, like this, dressed like this, you know, because I was going to school by feet, you know. I was walking. I wasn't taking the public transport or anything because it wasn't that far, and I always hated the public transport, especially in Waffleland, in Brussels. Like, it sucks. It sucks. So I was walking. Sometimes people were watching me left and right, you know, because obviously, damn, there is a fucking chicken outside on the streets. What is he or is she doing? Like, who is this? Like, what is that? Is that an event? We're not carnival. It's November. It is fucking November. What are you doing, you know? But I was outside, and then I got to my school. And before going to my school, obviously, if the one of the teachers, you know, but also the one who was watching on the all the students, like I forgot the word, like the guardian, or I don't know how is it called in English, because you have the teachers and you have always a specific person that pretty much watches on the kids, you know, pretty much. If I was just walking like that, he wouldn't let me inside the school, obviously. For the pure and simple reason, because I said, that's why I told you it wasn't, for example, a costume like that. Because here, for example, you can see the face, you know. It was really one where, like, the helmet, so the chicken helmet was closed, you know. I could see it through the eye here, because it wasn't totally opaque, but it was a full-fledged chicken costume. Don't tell me you ran into Peter Griffin. I think I actually ran into... it's really funny, because in the path from my home to school, I have to go past a big square, you know, like there is a... because I'm pretty much going up. Like, I'm going up. My school is up, you know, because there is close to a big church, because I think I mentioned it in the past. Like, most of my school years, it was in a Christian education. So I was going up, and in the square, I saw my PE teacher, physical education teacher. But obviously, since I was wearing this, he didn't know it was me. But we actually crossed paths, and we looked at each other, and I think he looked at me 5 seconds, and he was confused, obviously, but then he smiled, and then he left, you know, pretty much. Like, that was such a weird sequence, but I found my PE teacher. Well, anyway, I went up to my school, and then, as I said, because of this helmet, if I was just walking like this, walking slowly into the entrance, one of the teachers would have stopped me, obviously, because it would be like, what the fuck? What is a chicken doing here? So what I did is I was waiting to the other side of the street. I was waiting for a time where the teacher was looking like this, so to the right, and then I ran. I started running so fast. I run fast, by the way. I run really fast. I used to be top of my class in PE at high school too, you know. Like I used to be top of my class in many things, but I ran so fucking fast. And I remember the teacher, again, it wasn't a teacher, it was just like someone who watches, you know, the kids. He was like, wait! And I was running into the school. And then I was here into the big, like, you know, like inside, like with all the kids and all the same waiting, and I was running. And I ran all the way into, how can I explain that? Because it was during my last year at high school, pretty much. Like, my last year at high school was the year where I went unhinged, you know, like right now. I went totally unhinged, like rebel period and stuff. I ran all the way to the small house, because when you're at last year at my school, my high school I used to go, we had like some kind of small campus, you know, just for us. That was outside, I mean, next to the main school. We had a small campus, like a tiny house where there were 2 classrooms and a room where all the students for the last year at high school were waiting. And I ran all the way here. I pretty much knocked the door open, and I was here, and I was waiting, like, standing up at the center, not moving, not talking, and everyone was watching me. Like, everyone was stopping what they were doing, and they were like, what? I kid you not, that was the scene, literally the scene out of a slice of life anime, you know, out of a quirky anime. I was like this. And then I remember there was a guy coming to me. He wanted to remove my mask. I jumped backwards, and then I left, and I started running all the way around the school like this, pretty much. Then the bell rang, and I mean, you've all been to school, obviously. I mean, maybe not all of you, like maybe there are some dropouts out here, I don't know. But if you've been to school, when the bell rings, you have to go to class, pretty much. So the bell rings, I go back to the small house I was talking about, because it was here where we were having most of our classes for the last year. And I went up, you know, to the second floor, because we were having a class, Flemish. I could say Dutch, you know. In Belgium it's Flemish, but let's say Dutch, you know, because in Belgium we learn French and Dutch. Dutch is mandatory. Second floor, Dutch class. I opened the door, and I kid you not, I'm still wearing the chicken costume I enter. And there was my Dutch teacher, who was really nice, by the way. Like, he was one of the nicest teacher I've had, because he was like introverted, shy. So he looked at me, I removed my helmet, and I told him, goeiedag, teacher. I forgot the name of teacher, and how is it teacher in Dutch again? Let me show you, so I can like tell you what I said. So I did goeiedag. Goeiedag means hello, pretty much, in Dutch. Teacher. In leraar, exactly. So I said goeiedag leraar. Like I said his name, but yes, obviously. And he told me goeiedag, and then I went to my seat, and that's it, you know. I spent the Dutch class wearing my costume. So this part here, I only removed my helmet. And just before the start of the teacher, there was one of my friends. He was an American. I kid you not, you know. By the way, his name was Alex. Very much, his name Alex. He came to me, and after I removed my helmet, and he smelled me. And I was like, wait, Alex, what are you doing? Why are you smelling me? I mean, I know we're European, Alex. We're European. I mean, you're coming from the USA, but you spent most of your years in Europe, in Belgium. I know we're European, Alex, but I'm not gay. Why are you getting so close to me? Do you want to kiss me? And I was like, no. I'm not gay either, but I wanted to smell you. And I was like, why? Why do you want to smell me? And he told me, I wanted to see if you smell of alcohol, because if you're not drunk or drugged, I can't believe what you just did. He was flabbergasted. And I said, no, I didn't drink anything. He smelled me again. I swear, I didn't drink. And he said, did you take any drug? And I told him, no. I am straight edge, Kuma. I mean, not totally straight edge, you know. Like, I did drink in the past, you know, but I rarely drink alcohol, and I don't take drugs, you know. And I say, no, I'm sober as fuck right now. I am sober as fuck. They couldn't believe it, because that's the thing in Belgium, and I would say in a lot of country actually, they can't do crazy stuff without alcohol, you know. Usually they need alcohol, or they need drugs, or they need something, you know. They can't do it sober. Like, my sober state, like right now you could say, you could wonder, what is happening, Eureka? You seems a bit more excited than usual, or a bit more unhinged, or I don't know what is happening. Like, what did you eat, or what did you drink? Or I am 100% sober, guys, right now. If anything, I guess I slept better than usual. Straight European, unthinkable. I mean, we're European, Alex. We're European, but I'm not gay. I mean, at least at that time, I wasn't. I was still 100% heterosexual, I guess. Now I guess like I evolved a bit. So don't get all disappointed, guys. But back then, yes. Back then I was still feeling 100% heterosexual, for sure. So I was like, Alex, I'm not gay, but I want to smell you. But why? Because I think you're drunk. But I'm not drunk. So you took drugs. I didn't. That's pretty much how the conversation went, you know. Like, our teacher was still watching. My teacher told me nothing. And so the class was over. Before the second class, I removed all of my costume. Because obviously, like, I wasn't naked. Just in the case you were wondering, Borisu, I wasn't naked under this, you know. Like, I wear my normal student clothes. So I removed it. I spent the next classes, like I was following the next classes, like second hour, third hour, fourth hour. Oh, I think they're called periods, you know, like second periods, third period, fourth periods. And then noon happened. I noticed the teachers were a bit weird regarding me, because I think they heard immediately that something happened, you know. But no one talked to me, you know, like the classes went normally. And during the noon break, like, because at noon you have a break of 1 hour, usually it's when I leave school and I go back to my home to eat, because I'm not living that far. And I thought, damn, I'm going to get punished, you know. Like the same teacher, you know, the teacher who told me wait when I was running inside the school. He was also waiting here, like if you wanted to leave the school. And I was going to be like to go in front of him. And I was like, okay, it's over. I won't be able to go home. He will tell me I'm punished or anything. And I went, and he was talking to me. And I think he said, he just asked, was there any kind of event today? Or is it because you're doing a theater, Eureka? Because I know you're doing theater with your French class, but like, I don't know what happened, but is there something that special event or anything? And I said, oh, I just did it because I felt like it. And then he just told me, all right, I get it. Just next time, please, tell me that it's you. I'm begging you. And then I left. And I didn't get punished. I didn't get punished for that. I swear. I had nothing for that. And you can imagine, because some of my classmates, they weren't really... How can I say that? They didn't really like me, I guess. And when they knew that I didn't got punished by that, my haters, oh my god, that's really was the beginning of the feud between me and a part of my class. That was, I never got punished because I was seen as a student model for so long. They didn't want to punish me, it feels like. So I didn't get punished. I could do the chicken thing and I didn't get punished, pretty much. My water. I up a lot. Even me, I was surprised, you know. When I didn't get anything, I was like, what? You know, I was like, what? I didn't get punished? Like nothing, like not even a homework, not even a staying after class for like 1 hour, you know, like a detention. Not even a detention, not even something on my, how do you call that? No one knew what to do exactly. I think no one knew what to... But they didn't want to punish me because it's actually... I'm gonna talk about it more in the future because I'd like to make a more focused stream, specific stream about the story of Eureka Wainwright from before she became a YouTuber, a VTuber. But I was a model student, and by that, the principal was taking me as an example. Like, pretty much I was what was considered the best student of school and an example, you know, like they love to brag about the quality of their school by using me as an example. So I always felt that they never punished me, because if they punished me, they wouldn't have anyone anymore to praise, you know? You know what I mean? I was such an example and was so good, you know, at my grades and at my projects and doing everything. I was so good at that, that if they destroyed that by making me a delinquent, you know, a rebel, that officially telling the school, Eureka is a rebel now, we're going to take care of it. If they did that, they would lose a lot of things, I guess. For their ego, you know. Kuma, okay. Flexing her privilege. I was, like, I won't lie, I used it to my advantage, obviously. I used it a lot to my advantage. Okay, anyway, pause. Pause. Because I wanted to talk, again, I don't know why I talked about chicken, my chicken story, but let me show you. Not the chicken. It's a decent costume, this one, but my costume was really good. It was, you know, it was really, like, it wasn't a fursuit, you know, random fursuit. Like, it wasn't a fursuit or anything. It was really a professional chicken costume, you know. It was very well made, which is why I had to rent it, because if I had to buy it with my own pocket money, that would have been too expensive, you know. So I rented it. Wait. This one looks, is that Tweety? Oh my god. I hate him. Oh, you can see it. But I hate this guy. I hate Tweety. I hate him. Anyway. Close. Close. Yes, those costumes are wild. They're wild. What is the walking into school with a chicken costume equivalent of VTubing? I have ideas. Boris, I have ideas, but I don't know how to, like, there's something that could be I don't know how you would do it. But to me, that would be, for example, you know how they do a VTuber convention? They do VTuber convention, like, for example, HoloLive convention, like HoloFest. I guess Nijisanji did their own convention thing. I guess Vishojo did their own convention thing. I guess Face Connect did their own convention thing. And even smaller VTuber agencies, they don't do their own convention, but they join, for example, anime convention, you know. Anime convention. To me, it would be to crash one of those conventions, you know. Like, for example, if somehow I managed to crash the HoloLive convention, the HoloFest, or I managed to crash Vishojo convention, you know, that would be the equivalent to it. But the thing with VTubing, and that's what's hardest to do, like, it's actually, it's a mix of fiction and reality, you know. You can see me right now as the great Kuma scientist, but obviously there is also the person behind it, you know. And it's hard to carry both at the same time, especially when you want to go through places. So I guess it would require some hacking, you know, some hacking skills, but yes, I think it would be hard to reproduce. Still doable too, I guess. Warning, this video contains moving images. Oh yes, my promo. Here, let me show you. So I am satisfied and not satisfied at the same time of this video. I think the short, like what I like about it, like again, context, because actually I don't want to rewatch it. Even though I rewatched it many times. But this short, what I like is I conveyed my message from beginning to the end in a smooth manner. So no stuttering, no random breaks, no anything. I conveyed it, and I think I showed the passion I had. What I didn't like though is like it feels a bit scripted, even though I didn't want it to be scripted. But well, anyway, Kuma. Does it show on full screen? It does. Listen, Kuma, let me introduce myself. Oh my god. My name is Eureka Wainwright. I know that. I'm here to become the strongest, most unstoppable VTuber this world has ever seen. I'm not here to fit in. I'm here to stand out. Maybe it's because it's like in music. While others play it safe, I play to win. I play to win, Kuma. Look at the top VTubers right now. I'm not. What like are you them. Doing, Eureka? I don't sound like them. I sure as hell don't act like them. I don't. But I want to bring something new. Of course. And that's exactly why I'm going to break the scene wide open. With my hammer. It is an obsession. VTubing is my addiction. I know I'll ruffle feathers. I know people will tell me I'll never make it. But I've got this fire burning inside. And I'm not slowing down for anyone. My name is Eureka Wainwright. Follow me, join me. Get to the point, Eureka. Because I'm not stopping till I'm at the top. I want to break the VTuber scene. For real. Okay. Kuma. Okay, pause. So pretty much the good thing I can take from Eureka from the past, because this is Eureka from the past, from the previous timeline, as you can see here, is that I conveyed my message from beginning to the end perfectly, you know. What I don't like is yes, it feels scripted, but it pisses me off a bit because, as I said, you know, like I don't have the first take anymore. But in my first take, it's pretty much what I said, but it was more clunky, you know. Fire burning inside, horny question mark? I'm not horny. Like now I'm neutral, you know. I jerked off yesterday, so I guess that's why I'm not horny today. I did jerk off yesterday, but well, anyway, my fire burning inside is in my chest, Kuma. So you know, I said at some point, look at the top VTubers right now. Not here. I'm not them, but I want to bring something new, and that's exactly why the cadence sort of feel like Dr. Zeus at times. Who's Dr. Zeus? Like there are a lot of people I don't know. There are a lot of people I don't know. Is that a YouTuber? Is that a character? Is that a robot? Who's that? You know, regarding the YouTuber scene, like before becoming a VTuber, I didn't follow YouTuber at all. Like I never was a big YouTuber person. I watched way more VTuber than YouTuber. So all the big YouTubers, I guess I knew about Vsauce. Like Vsauce was one that I was watching because I like science. That's why I'm a scientist. And I did watch some of the AVGN videos, especially since we had a French ripoff, you know. There is a French channel called Joueur de Grenier, and I would translate it in English as the player of the how do you say grenier again? Why do I forget my English? How do you say grenier again? How? The dude of the Grinch or the cat in the hat? I don't see who it is. French. The Attic, yes, I knew. The player of The Attic, you know, Joueur de Grenier, he's the French guy that inspired himself from AVGN. So I was watching like Vsauce, AVGN from time to time, in French, Le Joueur de Grenier, and I guess some others French YouTubers, I guess. But I wasn't watching a lot of YouTubers, you know. I wasn't. Well, anyway, the specific part I want to talk about. And that's exactly why I'm going to break the scene wide open. Of course, it is an obsession. VTubing is my addiction. Yes, yes, I know I'll ruffle feathers. Okay, this one. You know what I love? Like also the YouTube subtitles. For the most part, they recognized my English flawlessly, because really, if you pay attention to this short, like if you watch it from beginning to the end, I would assume it's one of these instances where Eureka's Eureka's English is flawless, because I tried to do it smoothly. The only words he didn't really recognize for some reason is Wainwright, because I guess Wainwright is an uncommon surname, like it's a combination of Wayne, like from Bruce Wayne, and Wright to the right. Wainwright, actually an anime character that is pretty famous, at least to me, like Dorothy R. Wainwright. Ea pessoa. Is that a Portuguese? Is that an insult? Is that an insult? Translate it, guys. Is this guy insulting me? Oh, Brazil. Please come to Brazil. I mean, I should come to Brazil. Like, Brazilian Miku. I don't know a lot of Portuguese. Translate it. Borisu, you're Portuguese, right? Translate it. Ea pessoa. You know what? I would translate live. What if it's an insult? Oh my god. Pessoa. What is this? Is that a compliment or an insult? Either Portuguese. Ea person. Person? Yes, I'm a person, right? I'm a person. What does it mean? Help! Translation. Well, anyway, what I was talking about anyway. Alright. I was talking about Jajogo Tekken 5. I don't. I dropped Tekken, you know. I used to play Tekken 7 a lot. Like Tekken 7. And I used to love Tekken. But I got fed up with it. By the way, welcome to the stream. Negao. Hold up, Negao. But I would prefer if you could speak in English in my chat. Even though I don't mind. Like people from other countries. But usually I accept English, you know. English, maybe French. I'm still not sure about that. And Japanese. Because the problem is like if everyone starts to talk in their own language, then 11 anos, that's so young. Okay, I don't want zoomers. I apologize, Kuma. I apologize. How do you kick someone on how do you kick someone on you know? How do you kick someone on YouTube? I mean, I know, but you're too young for me. I mean, yes, you're too young, but I mean, come on, guys. Come on. I used to be family friendly, you know. If you go back to the old Eureka stream, the really first one, I used to be family friendly, but nah. Bye. Did it work? Did it work though? Like, I don't know how to ban someone on YouTube. Funnily enough. Anyway. Anyway. 11-year-old think Tekken 5 is odd. Not necessarily. I will tell you why Prince Anime is from Brazil. I love Brazil. I love Ronaldinho. Oh my god. 2002 Brazilian team was peak. You know, Ronaldinho, my favorite football player ever, Brazil. In Brazil, they play a lot of retro games. They play a lot of retro games in Brazil because in Brazil they're getting fucked by taxes, you know. For example, in Brazil, a lot of people, they won't buy a Switch 2. It's way too expensive, you know. So in Brazil, they play a lot of fighting games, retro fighting games via Fight Kid and stuff. 11 years old on YouTube, not kids. Isn't that against the ToS? I mean, I banned him. I mean, I hidden the messages, you know. I did hide the messages. I don't know if I can ban them, I guess, I don't know. Right? But yes, even if it wasn't on the ToS, bruh, I'm always talking about boobs. I'm talking about jerking off. I'm showing outrageous stuff. Like one time I showed a cream pie on stream. Like I can show that to kids, you know. I can show that to kids, Kuma. Well, anyway, I said addiction. I know I ruffle feathers. I know I ruffle feathers. Look at that. I got a comment, you know, this morning. I got a comment and I love it. I love triggering reactions, Kuma. It's all about reaction, but the comment was really funny. Look at that. Can you see it? Can you see it? You can see it because I'm here. I'm hiding it. I'm hiding it, Kuma. Let me hide the chat for now. First, my chat, so you can see it here. Can you see it? Look at this. Look at this, Kuma. Review here. Find an addiction you'd be better at. So listen, random guy, like I don't even can read his name. You got triggered, you got filtered, you know. To me, it's really funny, you know, when there are people like that. Like I don't mind, by the way, you know, I don't mind it. To me, it's the internet, pretty much. To me, it's the internet. So if you're an entertainer, no matter what you are, you should be ready to receive criticism. Doesn't change the fact that I can talk trash about you, but you should be open to receive criticism. For a simple reason, it is the internet. The internet is chaotic, is in its essence. So you were talking, Borisu, about the guy who went to the Olympics and did a 360 with jumping, you know. And I told you, like, that's an example of what I was going to tell you. Oh. Okay, play. An example of what I was going to tell you, that guy who did the 360 at the Olympics, when he was training for it, or when he decided that he wanted to do a long jump, or a high jump, or a quirky jump when you do 360s and stuff, there's for sure a random fucker, like when he was at school or anything, that I told him, you should find another sport you'd be better at, or you should find another sport where you will get more money, or you should find another sport, or you should get a real job. You know, a thing with people at sport, that's the thing that, like, even coming from your own parents at times, you know, like you want to do, for example, a sport because it's your passion. You want to do football, you want to do tennis, you name it. And people will tell you, but listen, it is really hard, you know? It is really hard. You shouldn't do that. You should get a real job. You should become a doctor, maybe. You should become an engineer. You should do a job. You should do a job. This is not a job. VTubing is a joke. It's not a job. Doing a sport is not a job. Why are you doing that? Do you know Kikili Boo? Kikili Boo. I know Boo from Mario, but I don't know who's Kikili. But you know why? I'm going to type all the name you're saying, Borisy, because I don't know. I hope it's not Ludes though. Oh, the Animaniacs. I know about the Animaniacs, but I didn't know about that guy. Chicken Boo. Chicken Boo is called Kikiri Boo in Spanish then. Chicken Boo, I think I remember. Oh, they did a reboot. Oh, you can see it now. Here. That's the guy. That's the guy Boris was talking about. I used to love Animaniacs, by the way, you know. I like Dot a lot. Dot. Dot. This is Dot. This is Dot. Kuma. Dot Warner. This is the lolly. The lolly of the trail, very much. I like Dots. Yes, Dot, Wako, and Yako. Yako, Wako, and Dot. Yes, I used the... You know what I used to love about the Animaniacs, Borisu? I used to love the birds. The mafia birds. The mafioso. Thoughts? I never said thoughts. I said dots. I said dot. Dot, Kuma. I said dots. Here, I'm sure I pronounce it well, Borisu. Like, you're just toying with me, Kuma. You're toying with me. Well, anyway, what I was talking about. Also, I want to drink. So yes, there's always a random fucker. There is always a random fucker that will, like, no matter what you do, guys. No matter what you do, they will tell you that here. Find an addiction you're better at. Find something you'd be better at. But listen, bitch, like, first, I do whatever I want. I do whatever I want. I don't need your recommendation regarding that. Secondly, if you want to criticize, at least tell me something, you know. At least be better at trash talking. Like, you could have trash talked the fact that I was talking like a fucking robot because I was trying to do it smooth. You could have trash talked the fact that, I don't know, my light bulb was turned on, even though it was still light during the day. Like, why is my light bulb turned on here? Even though it's still light. You could have trash talked the fact that I was trying to replicate a wrestling promo because I was trying to hyping me up, but I'm still a beginner at it. There are so many points you could have trash talked. There are so many things, but the only thing I have to say is the most boring tame thing, and it's almost coming from like no avatars bitches like that, you know, like no avatars, no videos, the most random ass nickname you could find. That's it. At least trash talk. Give me some foods here. Give me some foods, right? So I can trash talk better. Give me some foods. They have different name in Spanish, now I realize. Yes, which is pretty funny because Pokemon, the Spanish Pokemon, they kept the English name. Oh damn, I'm too hot. Why do I have a cover right here? Could you replace chat, Boris, and let me have no loyalty? Really? Loyalty to who? Loyalty to who? Oh my god, is that the conspiracy? Is that the conspiracy? Is that the burner? Is that the burner of Borisu or Ladny? Oh my god. If anything, that's something Borisu could have done. You know, to fire me up, you know. Like, Borisu could have taken a burner and then tell me something like that. So I would be like, okay, I'm fucking triggered right now. Let me trash talk a little bit, you know, to light my fire. To light my fire. But, yes, I don't know about loyalty, you know. I like loyalty. I mean, they're watching you on YouTube, so I can't see what they say. Oh, because now the chat. I hidden it, you're right. You're right, the rivalry between Twitch and YouTube, and maybe Kick in the future. What if I streamed on Kick too? What if I streamed on Kick too, so people can start saying that I'm a bigot? Because anyway, I'm already filtering people on the daily basis, because I'm a lolicon, on a shotacon. Has Kick called you out yet? Called you yet? Not yet. Not yet. But if they hear about me, I guess they could. I don't know. I don't know if I would take the offer. If somehow I get bigger. It's hard to gauge, actually. You know? It's really hard. From my experience, though, I get to switch to ad on Twitch every 30. Like, even on... No, don't take on my stream, Borisu. Do you get an ad every 30 minutes? Don't tell me they change it. Don't tell me they change it. Is this real, Borisu? Because I thought I only have the pre-roll enabled. Okay, I would take the kick offer. If that's really the case, I would 100% take the kick offer, you know? I mean, I don't know what kick rules regarding ads and stuff, but in Twitch it has become outrageous. Right. I mean, the other solution, like the easier way, I don't think I've gotten mid-rolls here. Yes, I don't think I have mid-rolls. I don't think I had mid-rolls. I thought about implementing them in the sense airing ads during my break. This time I can disable the pre-rolls, I guess, but I haven't done it yet. I haven't touched anything, you know. Like, you shouldn't get ads. Maybe we should all get a Switch 2 and play Super Mario World. Sometimes I feel... Boris is a robot! But Switch 2 is a scam. It is a scam. The Switch 2 is a scam, you know. My friend got it too. One of my friends got it day one. Okay, water. Don't tell me I don't have water anymore. Okay, my water. Well, anyway, you told me it's not you, Boris, but I believe it, you know. I know, like, I was joking, but still, there will always be a guy that will tell you that, you know, no matter what you do. They get triggered when you show ambition, you know. When you show ambition, they will always, don't like that. They don't like that. You can try it, no matter what you do, you know. No matter the industry, like whether it is in sports, whether it is in theater, whether it is when you, I don't know, for example, you're drawing, whether it is your anything, if you show a tiny bit of ambition, people will be like, what are you doing? You shouldn't do that. You suck. You shouldn't do that. They will always do that, you know. They will always do that, Kuma. Banana. I prefer oranges. So yes, I don't care. If anything, I love triggering people. Oh my god. They can get triggered for all I want because I'm going to break it. I'm going to break the VTuber scene because, again, to talk a bit about what I mean, because it's the main topic of today's stream. It's the main topic. And by the way, let me just close this right here. But the main topic, let me drink. Water, obviously. I mean, I can show it to you. I'm not drinking alcohol, believe it or not. I am not drinking alcohol. I still have the key with me. I still have the key of your chastity cage, Borisu. Just in case, I have the key right next to me. But yes, I'm drinking. I feel like my playlist is looping at times, right? Well, anyway, breaking the VTuber scene, what does it mean? So yes, I'm gonna break it, you know. I'm gonna break it. Even if I keep getting, like I said, fuckers like that would tell you, you're not good. So don't even talk about that. If anything, I will keep going. Just to piss you off. Just to piss you off. Random, no avatars, no name. Just to piss you off, I will keep going, you know. That's the worst thing you could tell me if you want me to stop. But I won't stop. Because I want to break it with my hammer. Because pretty much what I said to talk about the context of this video is that I believe at the top currently, like, obviously you have the Japanese VTuber scene. English only, pendejo! English! English! Or French, or Nihongo! Nihongo! English! English! E-N-G-L-I-S-H. English! English! I still want to translate what you said. What did he say? Is that a Filipino? But English! English! The rules are under my YouTube stream. If you click in the description, you can see. Should I show you? Should I show you? Because Eureka is pretty nice with you. Should I show you? Should I show you? Welcome, by the way. Hala, selamat pagi. Pagi. Is that the hello viewers from Thailand? Yes. Thailand. I don't know why I say Filipino. I think in Philippines they speak Spanish too, right? I mean, again, I don't mind viewers from all around the world. Oh my god, I got subscribers again. Nice. Let me show you. Let me show you right here. Pause. Pause, though. Pause. Don't play. Here. Let me show you. Let me teach you something. When you click on a live stream, there is a description that you can see. But let me put it a little bit smaller. Oh, I can see Borisu. I can see Borisu. I can see Latni. And I can see you, Thailand guy. Okay. Oh my god, my browser is dying because here. Eureka speaks English and French. And here I'm pretty much telling you that if you're a Japanese Nihongo viewer, I can still try to use, because my Nihongo is really basic, like beginner level. I understand a lot of things, but regarding the readings, I know a few kanjis, including the one that are here, but I'm open to use like a translation tool to interact with you. But the problem is that I can't do it for everyone, you know. If I start accepting every language in the world, I think that's something I should put again, by the way, in my rules, that ideally you should speak in English, you know, in my chat. Ideally, at least for now, you know. Because, for example, I understand Spanish, you know. Like, I could say, okay, every language load, and I would let Borisu and Ladni speak Spanish, because I'm pretty sure they know about Spanish, and I would understand it. But my other chatter, like for example Prince Anime, like I don't know if Prince Anime understands Spanish, he wouldn't get the chat, you know. So yes, that's why English. That time when Ladni said, ala ala, things, fun stuff. No, you did... No! Your sibling saw it, Latni. Your brother, Borisu, your brother, he saw it. He saw it. Anyway, I showed you. So, yes, welcome to the stream, but English. Please. Onegai shimasu. Onegai shimasu. Anyway, what I was talking about, like, I'm losing the train of my thoughts every time. But, Chicken Boo. Here. Alright, regarding the VTuber scene and breaking it. Currently, in the Western scene, you have the Japanese scene and you have the Western scene, you know. So I'm mostly interested about the Western scene because obviously I speak in English. I'm from Belgium, Waffleland, but I speak in English, so I try to have a broad audience if I can, at least for now. And mostly I would interact with the Western scene, I guess. For example, if I do other collabs in the future, it would probably be with English people, because I can speak English. I understand English, obviously. I can interact with it, and most of you guys here, so Borisu, Latni, Onidensetsu, Prince Anime, and others, you understand English, so that would be the easiest way to convey my entertainment, at least for now. You guys have the best waffles, 100%. 100%. Recently, I tried a bubble waffle. Bubble waffle isn't Belgian, by the way. A bubble waffle is a Chinese waffle. I believe it is Chinese. Because I went to a Japanese coffee not that long ago with my mother, and also my brother, and they had Japanese stuff like melon pan, but they also have, for example, Chinese food, you know, Chinese food. I think they had Korean foods too, but pretty much in their menu they had melon pan, dojima roll, and bubble waffle. The second time I went there, I got a bubble waffle, and I ate it, and it was alright. It was alright, but Belgian waffles are better. Welcome, by the way, Tsuguyo, or Tsuguyo. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. I'm pretty bad at pronouncing names. Like, thank you for telling me that I have a good accent, by the way. Thank you very much. But yes, I do have an accent. Like, you know what's the funny thing? I have an accent no matter the language I speak. Because my native tongue, my native language is French. Because I'm from Belgium, Waffleland, and in Belgium we speak French and we speak Dutch, you know, it's the two main languages. And there is also German, the German-speaking part of the country. But German isn't mandatory, like usually it's French or Dutch. And I learned French for the most part, you know, since I'm from Brussels. But even in French, I have an accent. Because the way we speak French in Belgium, so in Waffleland, is really a bit more quirky than the way we speak French in France, for example. Kind of like in Canada, you know how in Canada they speak French in a specific way. It's not as quirky, like Belgian French is way closer to French than Canadian French is, but yes, still quirky. I have an accent. Welcome, by the way. Welcome, Kuma. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing nice. My water. Oh damn, I feel it, like, sorry if there isn't really a clear direction of my stream today, but I'm really in an unhinged mood. Talking about breaking the VTuber scene. Because that's what I plan to do. Water. So, I was saying, currently, in the Western VTuber scene, you have a lot of VTubers. Whether you pick corporations, like for example HoloLive, they have English VTubers in HoloLive. You can pick Vshoujo. Vshoujo is kind of like a corporation, even though it's more a mix between being some kind of corporation agency and being a group of indies. I would say that Vshoujo is closer to what was Vom's project, you know. Like, if you don't know about Vom's project used to be the group where Pikame was part of, you know. Thanks. I'm okay, don't worry, you're doing good. Thank you. But yes, you have the corpo VTubers, so HoloLive. Like here, I'm really talking about the Western scene, not the Japanese one, you know, because I think there is a different style between Japan and the West. So you have HoloLive English, so HoloMyth and all the later generations. You have Vshoujo, you have Face Connect, you have other smaller agency. I think Tsunderia was an agency. Does it still exist? Tsunderia? And many others, you know. I think there is Mythic Talents, but I think this one is more for streamers in general and not specifically VTubers. And then you have the indies, you know. A ton of indies that are doing really well. And by really well, I'm talking about having viewers in the 4 numbers, you know. So more than 1,000 viewers, which is really cool. But when you observe the current VTuber scene in the West, at least to me, like if you go to the indie, like you have 3 styles, you know. Like I said 2 styles in the past, but you have 3 styles of VTubing in the West. It's either you do it the HoloLive way, and HoloLive would be you try to be closer to an idol, which I would argue, like some of the HoloLive English performers, that's what they try to do at first, you know. Like it's a bit more family friendly, and it's more about, like, you know, giving the idol vibe, because you're singing, you're doing concerts, you're doing events, you know, with fans and stuff. You're being treated like an idol. I would argue that even the English part of HoloLive works that way. It's not as focused as it is with the Japanese performers, but it's still here. So you have this, and then you have in indies you have the Kummer streamers, and you have the meme shitposting cringe streamers, you know. So those are the way you can do it. And I think that, especially in the Western scene, to me, like, to give you my honest opinion, and I know I'm gonna piss people off, you know, I'm gonna, as I said in my short, I'm gonna ruffle feathers. But, like, I just tell you how I am, you know, like, genuine. Eureka is genuine. So, to me, it's always the same shit, as I said. It is always the same shit, Kuma. As I like to say in wrestling, same old shit, same old shit, same old shit. It's always the same shit. It's either you're a Kummer streamer and you rely on like the assets of your models. Like, for example, obviously I have some fan service going out about my model, as you can see. Like, you know, I have some assets, but I use it as like, pretty much it's fan service, you know. It's part of my appeal, it's part of my what I am, you know. It's part of Eureka, but I wouldn't consider myself as a completely unashamed loot streamer, if you know what I mean. I like to make loot jokes, obviously. I like fan service, obviously. I like degenerate stuff, I guess, you know, like when I talk about some of my tastes and stuff. But even then, and I think, like, you can obviously tell me if I'm wrong, because I know some of you chat, you have some experience about my former streams, you know, and stuff. So you can tell me if I'm wrong. But I would say that my stream isn't really a Kummer stream, if that makes sense. Yes, I like to make loot jokes and stuff, but I'm not, like, my content isn't only focused on that. If anything, it's only like a bonus. Like a side thing, you know, fan service. And the thing is that when you look at the top VTubers in the West, a big part of the indies, hello, down the sun god, sorry, hello, welcome to the stream. I hope you'll have a nice day. Like, you just hear me when I'm yapping and yapping. But yes, I was talking, the problem about a lot of Western VTubers, I mean, not problem, you know, like, it's not necessarily a problem, you know, like, I try to be a bit careful with my words, even though I don't care, you know, if I piss off people, because people will take it out of context and they would be like, what is she saying? What is she saying? You know, but to me, it's like there are a lot of streamers, VTubers, in the West at least, that relies a lot or only on Kummer stuff, you know, loot content, and about like establishing a type of experience with their viewers that relies on loot. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It can exist, you know, like, I'm not telling you that it should disappear. I'm not telling you that it shouldn't exist. Why? Because to me, when you're an entertainer, there's many ways to entertain, you know. And I'm not like, I don't want, like, hell. I was going to say I'm not for censoring. I hate censoring, you know, like, it should be obvious. I hate fucking censoring everything. No matter what you censor, I hate it. But yes, to me, it has the right to exist. But nowadays, it's way too much relying on that. Because the internet is a horny wreck. You're all fucking horny, you know, you're horny on the internet. Everyone is horny, especially anime fans, you know, VTuber fans, gacha fans. They're horny. They like big boobs, they like big butts, they like legs, they like feet. I mean, you can't see my feet here, but I'm sure some of you sickos, you would wonder, oh damn, I do wonder how a smell, like, what does smell, damn, my English, I'm losing my English, like, how smelly Eureka feet are. They're not smelly. I am clean, Kuma. Always clean. But anyway, you know, like, the internet is horny. Really horny. and people take advantage of that. Makes sense. You have the OnlyFans, obviously. You have people making lewd videos. I guess they used to do it on Patreon. I think Patreon now doesn't like loot, I believe. Like, I'm not sure. But, you know, like, you do lewd videos, you do lewd ASMR, you do lewd, pretty much a lot of lewd stuff, you know. And my problem with that, as I said, my problem with that is that when you look at the current VTuber, Western VTuber scene, a lot of it is that, you know. It is lewd content, kuma content, making lewd jokes, being outrageously lewd, and building that type of dynamic with your chat. And you could even go farther than that and building what I would call the girlfriend experience, you know? Like, there's a lot of VTubers, like, whether they're conscious of it, I think a lot of them are really conscious of it. Some of them may be unaware of it, I can believe it too, but they do what I call the girlfriend experience, which is pretty much you're interacting with the VTubers, like trying to flirt with them. You're flirty on the chat. Like, for example, you keep saying, "Oh, you're really cute. I want to date you. Would you marry me? Would you do this? Would you do that?" And like, that's cool and all, but when you're playing into that, you're playing into the girlfriend experience. So, parasocial relationship, and I'm not a fan of that. I think you like some Brazilian VTubers like Momo and Mono. Oh, I didn't know about them, you know. Now that I think of it, I haven't watched a lot of Brazilian VTubers. I did watch Spanish VTubers in the past, you know. Spanish and Latino, but I'm not sure about Brazilian. Brazil. I like Brazil. Funny that, are you Brazilian too, Tsuguyo? It's very interesting because I think you're the second or third Brazilian that comes to my chat today, and that's cool. Here we have an agency called Neobaka. Naruhodo ne, naruhodo ne. Yes, nowadays you have agencies everywhere. Pretty much. You have agencies everywhere. Oh, I thought my music stopped. So yes, like a lot of VTubers are about kuma stuff. And then you have the other one, which relies a lot on shitposting. But not only shitposting memes. Don't get me wrong, I love to shitpost. I love to do memes. If anything, you could consider my current stream right now, where I'm a bit unhinged, kind of like a shitpost, even though like I'm trying to convey real feelings from it. But they try to shitpost, but they try to be edgy too. They try to be... God, man, I think I drank a bit too much. Not alcohol again, like I'm only drinking water, but... They try to be edgy in a... Oh, teehee, I did it again. Oh, teehee, I said the N-word again. Even though, like, in the context, it wasn't the N-word, you know. I was trying to read a word, and it sounded like like what I could have done. Like, there's a guy here on the chat that I banned, like the kid. There was a kid. Let me see if I can find his, because he had a weird ass. I mean, not a weird ass. Apologies. Eureka. Okay, like there was a guy, a kid, like he was named Negao. Negao, you know, like it's a name that can be seen as a name where you could make a joke with that, you know. Negao. I mean, you know what I mean, you know. People, there are a lot of people, you know, that play into that to be edgy, you know, which I think can be fun, but it's, how could I say that? To me, it's really empty to do that, you know. It's always like, oh, teehee, I said it again. Oh, teehee, I made a joke about the Jews again. Oh, teehee, I made a joke about minorities again, you know. I talked about immigrants in a funny way, you know. Like, they try to to lean into political stuff. And again, like, you know, I'm not necessarily criticizing the fact that you want to do that, but that's also pandering to a specific thing, you know, pretty much. So yes, when you look at the top VTubers in the West right now, especially the indies, it's either lewd VTubers that always talk, they talk about lewd all the time. They talk about like the penis size of the last guy they've seen on the internet. They talk about like all the time, at all times. And then you have the cringe tubers, you know, that are like making edgy jokes and then trying to be a bit controversial, in that makes sense. And there is nothing in between, you know. There is nothing in between. The third way to do it, as I said, was like being in a corpo and following the rules of that corpo. Like, for example, HoloLive, you know, like when you're in HoloLive as an English streamer, obviously they won't let you be as unhinged as you can. There are some rules to follow because you're part of a brand, the HoloLive brand. Coco tried to be a bit more like breaking the rules, go farther than that, and that's why I loved her, by the way. But nowadays you couldn't do that in HoloLive, you know, pretty much. So you're an idol, and that's it. That is pretty much what the Western scene of English VTuber is consisting of, if you look at the real popular one. Because then you have a second tier that I would describe as the retro tuba. Like, I'm into retro gaming, so maybe I could be part of it, even though obviously I'm not popular for now, but that are more like the comfy type and playing retro games. But I would say they're not part of the first tier, you know. I wouldn't say that there is a big one, a one amongst this group that made it big, really big, you know. And by really big, I would think, like, for example, like a Shy Lily, you know, or like any member of VShoujo. Like, to tell you someone I really like, Henya. I love Henya the Genius, you know. There's no Henya amongst this group in terms of a viewer base, in terms of viewers and stuff. So, what I mean by that, there is a space. There is still a space at the middle where I could fit, you know. Like the tuba that would flirt with lewds, with cringy and mimi, but also more than that, making like content with more substance, you know. Which is, for example, I mean, I did it in the past with, for example, my anime streams or my streams about when I talk about a specific topic, you know. I want to do more than that. Henya, my beloved, I love Henya, you know. Henya is my Oshi, pretty much, you know. One of my Oshis, you know. I love Korone, I love Henya, back then Pikame, and I actually started to like more Kason, you know. Like, I started watching a bit more Kason again, and even though I still miss her Coco days, I like her, you know. But yes, pretty much, you know. Like, there is still a space in the middle to break something. I think VTuber, like VTubing, is so young, guys. It is such a young medium. It is young, but we're stagnating. We're currently my words, stagnating. That's the words, you know. We're at not at a sailing, because for me there is no sailing, but people are sleeping on what they're doing, you know. I really believe that. You know. And I'm not telling that everyone have to be disruptive, that everyone have to be ambitious like I'm trying to be. I'm not telling that. But it really feels that nowadays, in the Western scene at least, yes, there is no one I would consider disruptive or trying to bring something new on the table. For sure, the only VTuber I have in mind that offered something new was Neurosama, you know. The AI tuber, Neurosama, And I think that may sound a bit unpopular or controversial, what I'm going to say, but I think it grew old quickly for me at least. And even though like I know still a shit ton of people are watching her, and like not a surprise for me because the experience with Neurosama is the interaction with the chat, you know. But yes, at the end of the day, you understand the gimmick, if that makes sense. So to me, yes, there are still a lot of things to be done in the VTuber scene, for sure, Kuma. And I want to be here. I want to break it, pretty much. I want to break it. I'm trying to find ways to do it. I have some ideas, you know, but I know that I won't be. As I said again, I love that idiom. Like I said it on my short. If you've watched my last short on YouTube, that I also showed on stream. By the way, I like to ruffle feathers. Like ruffle feathers. I will ruffle feathers. Some people will get triggered. Like that guy. Let me show you again. The comments. Oh, that was my stream. That's not what I wanted to show. Let me go back to my videos. My thumbnail. I love what I made with my thumbnail. As after that, I kinda wanted to play a quick game, maybe, before going to eat, but I don't know what to play, you know. Maybe a quick run of Resident Evil, but... Oh, that was my stream. Oh no, I'm talking! What? Close. Not Creator Studio. No! Don't dox the fact that I have an ad blocker, please. Okay. Shorts. This one. Oh damn, I'm getting a lot of views in this one too, you know. But to me, between the two, this one is controversial. And I feel like I should remake it, you know. I will make a remake. Kuma. I will make a remake. Kuma. I will remake it, you know. Like, I can do better than that. I can do way better than that, you know. I can do way better than that. I used to be, and I'm still is, really good at public speaking, you know. But obviously, 95% of my public speaking experience is in French. Because French is my native tongue, you know. It is. But yes, I'm talking about when you try to be ambitious, you will get guys like this. And that's great. I like to trigger people, you know. Like, guys that will tell you, find an addiction you'd be better at, you know. Like, to me, those guys are miserable as fuck. They're so miserable, you know, because to me, it's different that, I mean, I like trash talkers, you know. I think I said that to Borisu yesterday, but I'm not scared to getting trash talk. If anything, I wish I had a rival, you know, someone like that I could fight. I like fighting, you know, but when you're just like going, like it feels like, and that's not the first time it happened on YouTube. So I almost wonder, is that a YouTube thing more than Twitch? Twitch, it only happened once to me, but it's like a long time ago. A long time ago by now. But on YouTube, it feels that if you're a bit unconventional, atypical, especially if you're a VTuber, people will get filtered. They will get really filtered. It's insane. And I like that. I like to filter people, you know. I like Lolly Show. Did I tell you that? That I like Lolly Show? Lolicon and Shotacon Media. Now you know. So you still have some time to leave if it filters you, Kuma. Okay. I think I told everything I said, right? Let me listen to my video again. To see if I can address something else regarding to my shorts. Okay, now it's too big. It's way too big, Kuma. Way too big. Too big. I mean, bigger is better, but Let me see again. Like, I think I could do way better than that, you know. Here, again, what I don't like about these shorts is like, I feel a bit, I don't want to say robotic, but because I want it to be so smooth in the way I talk in English and stuff, it feels like I'm reading a script, even though I'm not reading a script, you know. So yes, I don't know if trying to do it a bit more unhinged, even if my English fails me at times, would be better, but you know, let's look. Oh, not Google, not Google Chrome, close. Why did I click on Google Chrome? Close it. Let me introduce myself. Yes. My name is Eureka Wainwright, and I'm here to become... Like, look at this. Can you see the... Yes, you can see the sub. You know, of all the words, like I said it, the subtitles, they got everything. But Wainwright, you know, Wainwright, it's an uncommon surname, like last name. So like here they put Wainwright, you know. It's Wainwright, Google-san, not Wainwright. I'm the strongest, most unstoppable VTuber this world has ever seen. That's what I want to become, the strongest, you know. Like, I'm still, I guess, humble enough to tell you that I'm not the strongest yet. But that's what I plan to do. Saiko no VTuber, the strongest. And unstoppable. You should aim high. I don't know why, especially nowadays, because nowadays, a lot of people feel I guess they lost their ability to dream, you know. They lost their ability to dream for some reason. Even though I could understand it when you look at the current society, the current situation, everything getting so expensive. I mean, you know, I could see it, but a lot of people lost this ability to dream. And there is a bad habit you could fall into is being completely negative, you know. And then to the point you become a bitch. You become a bitch and you become like this guy who, for example, starts like, like probably you're swapping shorts. And sometimes you found like a random shorts of a VTuber or a streamer or a content creator that are, I don't know, like they're being hyped. They're trying to hype themselves. They're trying to do something, and you're like, who's that guy? Why is that guy happy? Like, what? What are they doing? And then you write a comment, you suck. You know, you shouldn't do that. Stop. Those guys are miserable, obviously. Like, I wish them to find joy in their life, you know, genuinely. But yes. I'm not here to fit in. I'm not. I'm here to stand out. Of course. While others play it safe, I play to win. Like here, that's what I feel. Like I could have delivered it better. I will do a remake, but by remake, I won't use the same. It would be completely different, obviously. So more than a remake, it would be a reboot. But here, I think what made me say it in such a robotic voice, I guess, is that I'm trying to speak in English well, you know. Like, while others played safe, I played well. I gotta say, while others played safe because they don't care, I mean, no, because they care about their brands, they care about, like, being presentable, you know, being safe. I'm not scared of anything. I am bold. I want to win. I play to win. I want to aim for the top. But as you can hear me now, what I just said, like trying to paraphrase and put a bit more of passion in this, it's longer. So it almost feels like if I remake it or reboot it, I should make a video more than a shorts. Look at the top VTubers right now. Look at them. I'm not like them. Of course. I don't sound like them. I sure as hell don't act like them. But so here, what I wanted to say, like when I say that, when I compared myself to the top VTubers, it wasn't necessarily to demean them. And I think that's not even the goal of the video. Like, some people out of context could think that, but that's not. It's just like, I put myself in comparison. It's also for me to be aware of what I am. because obviously I'm Eureka, I'm a female model, but as you can hear my voice, I have a male voice, obviously, you know. I have a male voice. I don't have a, I believe, like, I did try to train it in the past, but I couldn't do it, or I didn't do it consistently. But I don't have a female voice, for better or worse. So if I want to, pretty much, that's also the part of the, like, one of the things I wanted to say, and I forgot to say, when I used to stream as Eureka V1, and I used to use a voice changer, my goal was to be like her, pretty much, was to be Korone. Like, the main reason I started VTubing is because of Korone. Like, even before Pikame, even before Coco, Korone was the first. I then got also influenced by Pikame, Henya, and Coco, Kason, but Korone is, for me, really, she's the one who pushed me, who convinced me that VTubing is fun and that I should be a VTuber. And since she's pretty much, to me, she's the GOAT, you know. If you ask me who's the GOAT of VTubing, I would tell you Korone, for sure, 100%, you know. Even more since Gura left. And I would argue that Gura, even though she was an icon too, like undeniable, like if there is a person that was undeniable too, is Gura. So I won't start telling you that Gura wasn't good or anything. She was really good. But Gura wasn't streaming a lot. So to me, if we have to pick the GOATs, I would go for Korone. Like, in my humble opinion, Kuma. So when I started streaming and using a voice changer, do I have an old clip? I could show you an old clip, you know. Like, today I don't really care about what I'm showing, I guess. I don't know if I still have old clips because I didn't delete them. Why am I speaking so low now? Why? Feels like I'm doing ASMR. I can do better. I can do better. Anyway, my channel. No, not the plugin. I want to see my clips. I guess sometimes Twitch feel a bit too clunky to browse, I guess. Let me pause. Don't get annoyed, Eureka. Don't get annoyed. I'm telling you, don't get annoyed. Where's my clips? Don't get annoyed. Don't get annoyed. My old clips. I just want to see my old clips. Videos. Yes. Videos, Kuma. Yes, I'm pretty sure I haven't uploaded those clips in YouTube anyway. Top all. Oh my god, one of my early clips. You will lose your mind. Like, you can see when I was Eureka V1. Oh, the clip was fun. And then there is the bug. I guess I could start this clip here that we're gonna see right now. I think it was my second, third, fourth, maybe fifth stream, I guess. I don't know. But you're gonna see. Oh my god. I still have them. I don't care. Maybe at some point I will remove them, but I will keep them in my hard drive, of course. Okay, let's see. Oh, who's live now? Oh, you can collaborate with people like that. What? What is this symbol? Knock? I wonder how it works. Like, why is it only for one streamer but not the others? Okay, I guess. Okay, well, anyway, focus. I'm going to talk to Eureka V1 here. As you can see, On my right. That used to be me. The kuma. That used to be me. So right here. Let's see the clip. Because I'm not scared of showing off my old self.
Oh, I hope it didn't.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
It didn't.
Were you ringing that bell?
I love... The cutscene was glitching. I was playing Silent Hill 1.
My game is glitching, I think.
Eureka. What are you doing? What are you doing?
The organization is trying to sabotage my game. Let me think.
Why I feel so shy?
I should try to... Whoa.
Oh my god.
I think I'm dreaming.
I think I am too.
Let me think.
Oh my
Maybe
god.
It's because I'm playing in widescreen. Let me sing.
No, Eureka, you broke it. You broke it. But that was me. That was me back then. I think the clip sounded a bit low, but I had still this mic I'm using right now, you know, and it was low sounding. And back then, I didn't have a preamp. You know, I didn't have a preamp, so it was really low sounding. But did you hear my voice? I was sounding like a chipmunk. I was sounding like a chipmunk pretty much. Damn. Next one. I wanted to watch this one real quick. This one I do the Mario clip. It's a pretty cool one. I do the Mario clip. Pose. Full screen. So I like that I put it was. I think it was close to Christmas, right? I think it was in December, because you can see the Padalus with Seiba, Alter, and I think it's one of the characters from Yulu Camp, right? From what I remember. Let's see.
Okay, it's right here. Nice, I got it. Nice.
Oh, the clip. The clip.
I got it. Nice.
This one is actually, I don't even know if you can feel it. This clip here. So I'm going through the wall, you know. Oh, you can see it totally because of the question. Let me remove it like real quick, like this. So you can see it in its full glory.
Nice, I got it. Nice.
Oh my god, my voice. My voice, Kuma. But yes, that was me. As you can see, it's really interesting that even with the voice changer... Oh, did I get a new follow? Why did I get the notification? What? Nani? What? I don't see it. Did I got a new follow? Or is that someone who disables... Weird. Because I didn't get any notifications. Well, anyway, that was an example of what I was doing back then. And it's interesting how... I kind of want to see this one too, as the last one. It's interesting how you can see I sounded maybe a bit more shy, even though I'm not a shy person, I would argue to begin with. But it's mostly because since those were my really early first stream, yes, I was still trying to find my groove, I guess, you know. Still trying to find my groove. Pose. I love Silent Hill, you know. I almost want to replay it again, but I played it so much on stream.
I knew it. Damn,
On
what
the
a
sailing.
great game. Like, it's like the chimeras in Resident Evil. What a great game. What a great game. I love this. Like,
That's a thing that I hate about my voice changer. You know when you have I know now, like, they evolved, you can even use AI voices, if you want to use them. But back then you could use like software to alter your voice. But the problem is when you alter your voice that way, especially the old way I was using, when you're trying to put some emotion in your voice. Look here, I feel like I'm sleepy. I'm sleepy. But when you try to put some emotion in your voice, it's losing. It doesn't translate well. Which was one of the reasons I dropped my voice changer. The second one being I tried to sing, like I didn't do it on stream, but I tried, even though I did sing Tetsujin once on stream with my voice changer. That was horrible. But I tried to sing, to record myself singing with a Eureka V1 and the voice changer setup, and it sounded like shit. But by like shit, it's not even like the usual shit that I'm not the best or a good singer, but it's just like you couldn't even hear the tone of the voice,
Just doing this, like you use the camera to see the monster that's Kino, like you said.
That's Kino.
I wonder if I can. Yeah, I can. Boom, then. That's perfect.
I feel like a baby.
That's perfect. Like, what a great game. I really like when you use the camera like this.
I feel like a
I will
baby.
say it every time, but
Damn, I want to play Silent Hill
that's
again,
like
though.
watching a movie.
Sounds like me when I was a kid.
Like that.
Anyway, question, because it's a question that I had in mind when I was Twitch, looking at my Twitch clips and browsing through Twitch. Do you have any idea of VTubers I could try to collab with or make friends? Because I still don't know how to do it. Like, networking is my weak point, Like, it's funny, all the time I collab it, because I did collab it in the past. One of the people I collab it with, they pretty much, they canceled me, When they discovered I was into Lolly Show, they were like, okay, I'm out. On the second one, which was Flushy, during the Mario 64 stream, I had a lot of fun. It was a great stream. But my friend, he understands English quite well, and it was really interesting because we did it the Tekken way. In the sense, I was speaking in English, he was answering me in French, and I was answering him in English. And sometimes I was translating in English what he was saying, pretty much, so my chat could understand. But it's not the type of collab, obviously, I would be able to do all the time, because he speaks French. Search streamers tagged with Dempa on Twitch. You think so? You think it could work? I know it's one of my tags, but the problem, Boris, I could, because again, main topic of the stream, but I think it's about having friends. But I don't have a lot of friends. Like, I realized maybe, how to word it without sounding... When I started streaming, I also realized that I don't have a lot of friends, I don't have a lot of friends. I think that the thing corrects me if I'm wrong, again, because here I'm really trying to be, again, aiming high, as always, also trying to be realistic. When I started streaming, not a lot of people, if no one almost, knew I started streaming. I only had two friends actually. Like, one of them was Flushy, so one of the guy I collabed with recently, and the second one was a friend of mine that I knew, a French friend. They were the only ones. But then a thing I noticed is, like, a lot of streamers, when they start streaming, they bring all of their friends. They have a ton of friends. They have a ton of friends. I started realizing it when, you see sometimes you have small streamers that appears, and then you check them and they have they have 15, 20, 30 viewers in average, but they started streaming like a week ago and 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, okay, they're good. Maybe they're good at promoting themselves. They have like a Twitter account where they shared a lot of stuff. They have a YouTube with a ton of clips. And then you click on their link, for example, you check their socials, you check YouTube, and you see nothing. At least nothing more that, for example, what I do. Like, for example, you check the shorts, no shorts, or only one short. You check their social media, it is empty, not active, not, I wouldn't pretend I'm the most active, obviously, even though more active than before, but you don't see a lot of things. And then it begs to question, then, how do they make so many viewers, despite the fact they're not even actively, I think it's the word, trying to promote themselves? And when you start watching those streamers, you realize immediately they're just friends with a ton of people, They're friends of other streamers, and so they will start to raid each other, That's pretty much how it works. Just send people a picture of a smug anime girl. I do it all the time. What about asking them? I started doing it. Now I don't, like, here now, I don't care anymore, I just have, like, I think I got a bit stuck from the experience I talked about in the past, where in a VTuber Discord, and by the way, I was still Eureka V1, I was still streaming as her. I actually looked for people to be friend with and maybe to collab. And there was a bitch, let's use the right words, like, because, there are a ton of bitches in the internet, a bitch who happened to be a VTuber too, that pretty much they put me out. They tell, oh, you shouldn't say that, Eureka, because asking people like that is wrong, it is rude, you shouldn't say that. And you know me quite well, Kuma. If someone like attack me like that, I answer, I bite, I bite, but I bite really hard, not the type of like comfy bite. Like, if I bite someone when I'm angry, I bite them. So I pretty much trash talked them, in the Discord, and I got banned. I got banned because the guy, the owner, I was friends with the owner back then, even good friend, he was watching my streams a lot. He came later, so he didn't have all the context. He just banned me because he saw like I was barking like a dog and stuff, What about you ask them, how do you get past any? But in the case of Shiro, Shiro did things, Shiro is not surprising to me, Shiro-tan. It's not surprising. Like, I never wondered why Shiro-tan was getting a lot like that, because I think that she's quite talented, actually. Like, I think she wants to be a voice actress, and honestly, she has the voice for it. She has the talent built for it, and even though, like, think she's not as consistent, she's not consistent, and I mean, I don't want to talk for her, obviously, but from what I've seen is maybe related to her health or something like that. Like, that's the only thing maybe she's missing. But Shiro, like, she did shorts, she did videos, she's posting on Twitter. Like, I know what Shiro is doing. Like, I follow her. So her, it makes sense, totally. Because she's done more than me. But there are other people, streamers, that they don't do anything, and they have 15, 20, 25, 30, and I'm like, where does those people come from? But I know the answer, it's by raids coming from friends, If you happen to be friends with other VTubers, and then you support each other in a way, that's a way to get it, I think I'm pretty bad at it, I guess, because I'm disruptive. I mean, controversial.
That was so sick. That
was so sick. Okay, that was me. So back then I was trying to be, as I said, but still ask her. I mean, I could, but like, I don't know. Like, I told you what was the, again, I will say the problem. It is not a problem, Kuma, you know, but Shirotan and me, we have quite the different time zones, unfortunately. So it's really hard for me to catch her when she streams, because usually she streams during the night. I did watch some VODs in the past, though. I did watch VODs. And even in general, she doesn't seem quite active on Discord, you know? I know, Boris, I know what you mean, but I asked. She answered me that she was busy all year. And that's fair, you know? That is fair, Akuma. Fair, you know? I don't mind it. But yes, the thing is, like, above everything, we have quite the different time zones, you know. Pretty much. But I should keep going, you know. Like, I think I can do a lot of work by myself. Even if I don't become friends with people, I can still keep making shorts, you know. And that's how people will find about my stream. My stream... I guess, Kuma. And also ask me links for other of my clients. Yes, but she never contacted me, I guess. You know, she never contacted me. That's why I was a bit... I was wondering about that Borisu, because... Music. Because... you made it seem in a way that she really was interesting into maybe a meeting like with me on the thing, or collabing with me, but yes, it didn't seem so. It didn't feel like it, at least from my side. So from there to have 20 viewers on the low end, something happens. From there to have, I don't know. For sure, I'm not conventional. I have a male voice, guys. I have a male voice, so that's the big different thing, you know. Because again, I said originally when I was streaming as, let me go back on track to explain you real quick. When I was streaming as Eureka the First, do I still have the pic to show you? Like, I don't know if I saved it. Yes, totally, Borisu, but there is a thing, Borisu. There is a thing that you don't take into account. Time. There is the time. Time passes. Time evolves. It is not a linear thing, obviously, but time. And with the time, you know, when the time goes by, everything goes by. People feelings goes by. Oh damn, I'm going to get philosophical, but people feelings goes by. Their heart fluctuates. Their goals fluctuates. Everything changes, and you're the first to know. I took a hiatus, you know, for a year, more than a year, almost, right, or close than a year. So since then, I think she had other things to do, you know. She had other things to do, pretty much. What about you put a Corona image as thumbnail to clickbait viewers? I think I could, but I am no Corona, Kuma. Okay, I got my picture. Here. When I used to stream with all my drip as Eureka V1, I wanted, my goal was to become Inugami Korone. Pretty much. Because I started streaming because of her, or at least she's the one who instantly made me realize VTubing is fun. And I started it, and I wanted to be like her, you know. I wanted to be a female streamer with a female voice, which means using a voice changer, and I wanted to follow her steps, you know. But why it didn't work out? Why didn't it didn't work out? By the way, sorry, like I drank. I mean, too much again. But why didn't it work out? It's because I am no Korone. I am no Korone. I am something completely different to Korone. I am different to Inugami Korone, and I think that's the thing that really I had a hard time to accept, I guess, you know. If I can talk you a bit about Eureka's psyche, I had a hard time to accept that I could probably never be a true female VTuber. I couldn't because I tried it with the voice changer. It wasn't working well. If I started to work on my voice and trying to do the fanboy voice, you know, the fanboy voice, I would probably getting framed as a fanboy more than a true female streamer. And even though I don't mind fanboys, otokonokos, I didn't want to be a fanboy either. And yes, I realized it was impossible for me to be Korone because I mean, I have a male voice. That's it. I couldn't do it. And when I realized that, I dropped everything. I dropped my voice changer and I started taking my hiatus, you know. And I said, okay, if I came back, I should come back as what I am right now. My hammer. Eureka version 2. And if I had to come back, I should drop my voice changer. And funnily enough, now I remember it. I started dropping it to prepare people, you know. I started dropping it when I was doing my last streams as Eureka. So the last streams of Eureka Wainwright version 1 was me talking to you like that, you know, without a voice changer. Pretty much. But yes, I wanted to be Korone, but I'm no Korone. I am me. I am Eureka, someone different. And that's why I started going another way. I am not as wholesome as Korone. Korone is lawful good, I think. She has a bit of chaos in herself, but not like me. I am quite a chaotic person. I am on the opposite side of the spectrum as Korone, and that's fine. I love Korone, but I am not her. I am different. I am the first me. The first Eureka Wainwright. Pretty much. So yes, I think I talked about everything I wanted to talk regarding this topic, you know. Pretty much. Oh, my voice again. But yes, it's about making friends, guys. I don't have friends. I think I don't have a lot of friends. Internet friends, you know. Because I would argue internet friends is a different thing that a really close friend IRL, you know. They're like IRL, the real life, and internet are different paradigm, you know. Ranking. Don't have a lot of friends. It is what it is. What I was going to do now? What should I do, guys? What should I do? Because I think I could stop the stream actually. Let me think. I think I will stop the stream. That way I could eat. And I want to do another short, you know. I want to do something else. I think I will do that. I'm going to stream tomorrow, though, you know. I should be here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I think. Yes. Yes. I should be here, you know. But yes, I think I'm going to stop today, guys. I had fun, though. I had fun. I want to thank Borisu, Latni, Tsuguyo, the Densetsu, Prince Anime, the Thailand, the guy from Thailand, the Negao guy, I guess. Hold up, the Prince Anime, and I think anyone else, right? I'll be here tomorrow. Normally, I should be here if I'm feeling great. So again, I don't know what you thought about the stream today, guys. I was a bit more unhinged than usual, but I wanted to talk about it. To summarize, it's just like I want to break the VTuber scene, and I want to be myself. I want to be someone new. This time, I am, as of now, I am reborn. That's actually the first thing I said when I started streaming again. As of now, I am reborn. I can't be Korone. I can't be a female VTuber, So if I want to aim for the top, I have to be different. Anyway, guys, I'm going to see you tomorrow, so bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.